Voices of Resiliency, where the wound becomes wisdom and the story becomes medicine. Voices rise, hearts remember, we are healing together.
Hey everyone, what's up? Good morning, it's Kris, and welcome back to another episode of Voices of Resiliency. Here with my co-host, Michael Pellegrino. Good morning,
Hello
Michael.
there, Kris. How we doing?
Fantastic, brother. It's good to see you. So what do we got going on today? We got a special guest.
Oh, we do. I had a chance to meet Dr. Ariana, and ever since then, she's been a real change in my life.
Yes.
Sleeping-wise, meeting me, introducing me to the right people, and I'm so excited about this one.
Certainly knows about resiliency, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So we have Dr. Ariana Fontenot. Welcome.
Thank you.
How
I'm
are
happy
you?
to be here.
It's very nice to have you. Michael says wonderful things. So tell us about you and where you come from and how'd you become this spectacular doctor that we get to talk to today.
So I'm born and raised in South Florida. I mean, how could you leave it?
Why would you ever
Like,
go anywhere
I don't
from
want to
here?
leave it.
yeah. I mean, I've tried to go a little bit of other places, but you always find your way back home.
Tough to beat this.
I grew up in a world of healers. My grandfather was a general doctor. My uncle is a top cardiologist down here, and my mom's actually an infectious disease doctor. So I grew up in a world with someone who thinks of everything, and she doesn't think anything's random until it's all said and done, like until we've cleared all other options. So that kind of led me to develop a method and quickly become one of the top physical therapists and become best of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I can
and all
imagine
that.
infectious disease would be it's probably a really tough childhood.
Yeah.
I mean,
Luckily,
in some ways.
we were allowed to wear the shoes inside.
Really?
We did have to tie the shoes, though, because if you don't tie your shoes, you're picking up all the dirt, and then you're going to tie them later and touch your
Oh,
face.
wow. I didn't even think of that.
But that led me to discover things in my career.
Was there
so
like
it was awesome.
5 things or 3 things? What are some things that stood out from your childhood that were like different than most kids' childhoods?
So one day she was like, we're at a big event, and she's like, hey, you and your brother aren't allowed to eat the brownies tonight. And I'm like, all right. Whatever. And you might be thinking, I know what you guys are thinking about the
Where my
brownies.
mind's going.
But
Same thing, just different angle.
we had to listen now, ask questions later. So the next day, guess what? Everyone has a stomach bug because the person making the brownies had like a stomach problem. My mom's like, there's probably no chance he's going to wash his hands well enough to not pass the stomach problem. And so I'm like, good thing I didn't eat the brownies,
Yeah,
which
you
she would
stay
have
away
known.
from that one, boy.
That was a
So
good
that
intro
was
right
an
there.
interesting one. Yeah. And
Was
then
there any rules that were different than everybody else that you knew? Like, did you ever know? Did anybody go, that's a strange one, or anything like that? I can only imagine being in a house with somebody who has that kind of understanding of all the bacteria and surrounding things that, we'll call them extras that are out there. So
Yeah.
was there any like rules or things you had to go through that kind of created a boundary or something for life that you built off of for your career?
So my younger brother, like cousin that moved in with us, he had cancer when he was 7. And so I had to like shower before I walked into the house, like take off all my clothes, like run straight to the shower, change. And then I could like interact, like no plants. Your hands were washed at every single corner. If I had like the sniffles, I stayed with a friend. Luckily, like the families were nice enough, and like everything was examined. Luckily, she was able to save him a few times because she'd be like, "That mark on your leg is not okay," and the doctor would be like, "It's okay," and she's like, "No,
No, it's not.
No,
Yeah,
it's
being
not.
that self-aware, being that observant.
Yeah.
So you obviously didn't go into infectious disease. You went into physical therapy. What was the point in which you decided physical therapy was where you're going to change the world?
So I kind of looked into being an orthopedic surgeon and stuff, but that's a lot of school. And it's like pretty
So
hard
is
to get
being a
into. And I
doctor.
had surgery, and I went to the top surgeon down here, and I realized I could never just operate on you and not care what happened. I lived to motivate the people around me. And like, honestly, I didn't do a single home exercise when I went to physical therapy. So I was like, I want to be a physical therapist, but I want to make it so simple my clients won't not do it. And what's simpler than exercises? Awareness, habits.
Yeah, basically.
No doubt.
The way you live, the way you do things automatically.
Yeah.
Just maybe with a little bit of a twist.
Yeah.
Or an
Creating their
improvement.
new neural pathways in the brain.
Yeah,
That's right,
like
that's right.
the easiest one that everyone that's watching this should start doing is, what hand do you guys brush your teeth with?
Right hand.
Right hand.
So you should brush your teeth with your other hand.
Yeah.
I went from being a good left-footed soccer player to great by brushing my teeth lefty. I trained every single day. I was on the top team in the nation. And like until I started brushing lefty, I did not become a top-tier
I
left-footed
actually read
player.
that about a year ago, and I actually started doing it because it develops your neural pathways in your brain. And actually,
Really?
yeah. So you brush with your left hand. Now it's cheating if you have an electric toothbrush.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean, it's not that cheating. Like,
I mean,
you're
you still have to move it, but you'd be amazed at how difficult it is when you first try. Like,
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah, a lot of people are just so right hand dominant
awkward,
that
yeah.
it's crazy. And then you can see that in other patterns. Like if you're opening, an example is that door, the handle's on the right. So if you're opening it with your right hand, you're impinging your right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just all these like little things that you'll start doing lefty because your left arm's, that's a better way to move than that.
Yeah, it just starts
Which
to
is
fit.
really
That's
interesting.
actually interesting, yeah, when you think about the regular day-to-day movements that you go through, like how you could improve, I guess, your processes to use less energy and be more efficient and effective at your movements.
Yeah.
So that's really good idea or a good way to look at it, I guess, is you don't have to take any time out from your day. All you got to do is change the way you do your day.
Exactly. Like we don't have,
Ooh,
we don't
that's
need
a tough one.
That's such a good line.
That's tough to say no to right there.
Yeah. So we subtract. Like my whole method is not adding 100 things to your day. It's like subtracting. It's just making everything you're doing 1% better.
Wow, yeah, that's a good way to go about
That's
it.
how I try to live my life, just a little bit better than it was yesterday. 1% better.
1%
If I can
better.
do
It
that,
You don't
goes-
have to be
goes
better than anybody
huge.
else, just got to be better than you were yesterday.
exactly.
So what point was it that you decided physical therapy? You said it was when you had a surgery? Or
Yeah,
you
I had
gone
a
through it? So that
surgery.
was kind of your pivotal moment of, I don't want to do the surgery, I want to be there for him all the way through the process
Yeah,
out
like
the way.
I care too much.
Yeah,
like
surgeons
I want to
are-
be your best friend
don't
forever.
even
If
meet
anyone's my
surgeons.
client, they're my best friend for life. Like I'm like, all right, like just let me know what's going on. We can fix it.
Surgeon would not have been the right career for you because you don't even meet your surgeon ever. You know, like
Yeah.
they're like somebody behind the curtain that
yeah.
operates on you, and you see them when you're getting ready to pass out, and then that's it. So that
Yeah.
would have definitely not been a good fit.
Yeah.
So tell us more about some other things we can do other than opening the door with a different hand and brushing our teeth with a different hand.
All right, well, so everything comes down. So everyone's doing 1 hour of exercise, chiropractor, massage, physical therapy to combat 23 hours of habits. And that's 1 versus 23. That's a losing battle. And I don't know about you guys, but I like to fight winning battles.
Me too.
So in the other 23, the biggest thing, something we're all doing every single night is sleeping. And has your doctor ever asked you how you sleep?
Nope.
Has your
Well,
doctor? Besides, since I'm your doctor.
Yes. Now that you're one of my doctors, now I've changed, literally in the last 3 months. So go ahead.
I have learned
Yes.
a lot about it, though. You're supposed to sleep on your left side to detoxify your body. You're not supposed to be on your back, that kind of thing. But
Okay, we got-
there's a lot of theories in the whole. That's
So-
probably the biggest challenge is that it's everybody has different information. So.
Yeah, so I think those are much harder to control. I think that if you're a back sleeper, you can stay a back sleeper. If you put the pillows in the right spot, if you're a side sleeper, you can stay a side sleeper. If you're a stomach sleeper, you're screwed.
Your life's over. You
So
basically.
like there's like 4 main things I could never fix you if you're doing. And number 2 is I could never fix you if you're stomach sleeping.
What's number 1?
Well, you gotta hang out for a second for number 1.
Okay, I get number 1 later.
Yeah, they gotta stay tuned.
I just can't imagine what would top stomach sleeping. so
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna be
that's pretty
shocked.
tough. Yeah.
So stomach number 2 is stomach sleeping. I can never fix you if you side sleep with no pillow between your knees, or if you ever put more than 1 pillow under your head. Do you know who puts more than 1 pillow under their head?
No.
Grandma and grandpa who walk around like this.
Really?
This didn't just
They have more?
happen. This happened because they're putting more than 1 pillow under their head every
Is
single
there a
night.
pillow that's perfect for this amount of space?
Yeah, so you got to get a thicker pillow. So there's a bunch of options.
I
That's
have
why a
one.
lot of them you can add more foam into it and stuff. So it kind of depends. And as he was saying, Dr. Lane, a sleep expert, he has a pillow that he designed that's kind of like an L-shaped, so that when you're able to add and when he gives it to you and the mouthpiece, he puts the right amount of foam in it for you. And it's
Interesting.
kind of just like being adaptable. But the main thing is, how are you sleeping? Let's start with that.
Side sleeper. Yeah.
Okay, where do you put your pillows?
1 between my knees, 1 between underneath my arms, and 1 underneath my head, obviously.
Okay, awesome. So you're almost right there. So you want 1 under your head, and the 1 between your knees. Is it horizontal or is it vertical?
Vertical.
Okay,
Right,
it goes
vertical.
from your thighs to your toes.
Yep.
Okay, so that's critical. So you need the 1 between your knees. It needs to go
as much of the body as possible touching it.
perfect. So yeah, so from the thighs to the toes, and then you want a hug pillow, which it seems like you
Obviously,
have,
yep.
and a fluffy,
Yep.
and then you want 1 behind your back. So it's the 4 pillow method, and then you can replace any pillow with a person. So you can have 4
That's right.
people if you want.
Yep, I've done. That's a good fit. You know, I mean, I like the body pillows too. Those are
No
great.
body pillows, no
body
mini pillows, no pregnancy
They don't
pillows.
count? You
So
can't
the
use
problem
them?
with the mini pillows are a disaster because they put your leg into like a plie and they cause so much chaos. So those just throw them in the trash. Body pillows, the problem with them is I work with a lot of pro athletes, a lot of pro hockey players, and one of them had a hip flexor injury, and the reason it wasn't getting better, he was going to the best therapist. He was doing, well, he thought they were the best, but he was doing, he was doing all the exercises, all the treatment, and it just kept staying tight, and it was because of the body pillow. So when you have a body pillow, you get stuck in this like kind of flexion, and your hip has to stay up. But we want freedom of mobility when we sleep. So if I want my legs to be straight, they can be straight with the pillow between them. Or if I want to get a quad stretch or a hip flexor stretch, I can have them bent behind me, like into like that type of position.
The pillows can't be connected because then you're holding one and pulling it.
Yeah, and so you're like having to like kind of enter this position, which your body is going to adapt how you sleep. Like your body is resilient, right? But like it's adapting to the inputs you're constantly giving it. And sleep is over 2,400 plus hours of your life. It's over 100 days, and it's crazy that we're not asking how people are doing it. And the other people who put more than one pillow under their head, so you have grandma and grandpa who walk around like this. I've traveled the world asking people questions. I'll go to like the bar and sit next to someone on purpose because whenever I was collecting data before my books, and all I have to say is I'm a physical therapist, and they tell me how bad of pain they're in, and I'm like, oh, how are you sleeping? Because no one likes to just be told to sleep like this. You gotta ask them what they're doing first. And the other people are people with migraines and headaches. That think that their migraines can never get better. I take away 20 years of migraines in one session. And then
Fantastic.
a lot of the people ending up in the ER with neck pain are putting more than one pillow under their head because these micro tilts are what set you off because 2 pillows can't, like, if you move on the top pillow, the bottom pillow is not moving. And so, like, that creates, like, some vertigo and stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, the stack of the 2 on top of each other
Yeah.
could be very...
Whereas if it's one pillow, like, all the stuff's is moving together as one versus, like, putting, like, these type of, like, chaos.
What about sleep number beds, the ones that you can move around and they can
So
change
adjustable beds are not the best, but they're not the worst. Basically in life, nothing matters till you get hurt. Once you get hurt, there's all these reasons you never get better, right? Because then you're like feeding yourself all these inputs and you're going home and doing what you're doing. So adjustable beds are nice, I guess, in some ways, as long as you're not having pain. The problem is when people have pain, they rest more, and they rest in these unoptimal positions. An adjustable bed is very similar to a couch or to propping yourself up with more than one pillow behind your head. And your spine, you want your spine to be, your spine is like a tree, right? Has all these donuts filled with jelly. If I'm here, the jelly is not coming out of the donuts. But if I was to maintain this position and go to a couch, I'd end up like this, but to get to the couch, you have to go like this. And that's kind of how you get in that bed. And so all these donuts are getting the jelly pushed out of them. And then since your knees are higher than your hips, it's shear forcing backwards. Like if you had the end of the toothpaste and you were trying to get it out, that's what you're doing to your spine.
Same thing, yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
I think one thing that people don't realize too about that stuff is they're meant for you to use when you're awake. But when you go to sleep, it's still just a bed. Like you're not supposed to sleep with your feet elevated up in the air, and you're not supposed to have. But people do; they fall asleep in all different positions.
Yeah,
and that's really where you end up getting damaged. Because I know that you can sit in it for a long period of time, be fine. Once you go to sleep, you should lay it back down and go to sleep, and actually like separate the two. So you use it for okay, I get it. You know, like you said too, when you have injuries, healing becomes how much more you can deal with. So going back to the sleeping pillows, what's the? So you said face sleeping is obviously the worst. You believe we can sleep on our backs? It's okay.
Yeah.
So does your body still detoxify? Because I read somewhere that you only detoxify on your sides at night when you're sleeping. And
so we have to be realistic with people, and I think that's where a lot of like clinicians, a lot of like fields go wrong. They're very unrealistic, right? So if we're gonna have a back sleeper, we just need to make sure they're back sleeping properly. So you want only one pillow under the head, ideally that one with a hole in it, and they actually market that one for side sleepers, but it sucks for side sleepers. It's for back sleepers. So you want your head to be as flat as possible, because kind of like you're saying, if your head's above like here, then it's your body's not draining as well, because you know if you want to get blood back to your heart, you lift it above your heart. So if your head's always above your heart, it's not. But if you get it almost even, then it's okay-ish. But like, And then you want to imagine a line tip of your forehead to the tip of your toes. Okay, inevitably all day we're looking down, so we're candy caning our spine. So I can never stretch your calves, your hamstrings, any of that, because you're here, right? So whenever you sleep, that's our time to recover. So with a pillow under your head, you're 1/3 candy caning your spine. So how you offset that is you put one under your knees. Okay. And if you cross your arms on your chest, you want to put one on your chest. If your arms are by your side, you want to go palms up versus palms down, because right now if you guys just go palms down here versus now you go palms up, you just feel how much that opens up your body and like naturally brings you.
People can sleep on their back. Does anybody sleep on your back? That's
yeah, I mean it does.
Sleeping on your stay on your back.
Yeah, it does promote mouth breathing when you're on your back, which is not good. That's a whole nother thing.
Your mouth.
So I tape.
Yeah, it's a good idea, right? Like I was just reading about that. You tape your mouth, and it's the best thing you can do.
She's changed my life with this.
If you notice, my breathing into the microphones is because I breathe through my nose constantly, because you get 30% more oxygen to your brain by breathing through your nose. That's why they call mouth breathers, because
I'm a big mouth breather, and it's a problem.
He keeps getting on to me because you can hear my breathing into the microphone, but it's because I'm like, it's just my thing. I breathe a lot. So, yoga, breath work, that kind of thing. So outside of sleeping, what else can you tell me about fixing and making my life so much better that I can have migraines. I want to hear about the migraines thing first.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, so migraines, a big cause is like more than one pill under the head, micro tilts, but also, so the second part, number 3, is I could never fix you if you use a laptop without a laptop stand for even 10 minutes. So I want you guys to pretend like you have your phone.
Okay. I'll pretend.
So right here with your phone is 60 pounds on your spine. So if your phone's right at your stomach, this is 60 pounds.
My face won't read that way, so I can't.
A lot of people, yeah. But every degree up is critical, and the only thing worse than down is down into the side. So what people with migraines, so in public, you want to be like here.
Everybody's doing that.
Wow.
And at home, you want to be here. But what's easier to control than your phone is your laptop. Mm-hmm. So there's this laptop stand, and it's one of the best ones in the market. It's just kind of like this. It's pretty sturdy.
Show you mine. I got one over there in my bag, too.
And it can hold up to 45 pounds. And you need your main screen to be 30% above eye level, directly centered. So a lot of these people with migraines, what they're doing is instead of their main screen, so you need to be centered. So you see how he's centered here? You don't want to work at corners, like L-shaped desks are a nightmare. So you want to be centered at a table, and then you want your main screen to be centered. And the secondary screen, it needs to be 30% above eye level. Okay. Because if you're looking down into the side, that's worse. So what I notice a lot with migraines is that their main screen will be here.
Interesting. I have one of those at home too, and mine has little arms, and it opens up, and it actually goes like this way and this way and this way, and it's really cool. Like it's got like a 360 mobility, and can put it whatever position I want. But I have it, like you said, slightly above eye level,
30%,
with an external monitor also next.
Yeah.
So I went out and spent probably a couple $100 on Amazon after my first session with Dr. Ariana.
She started selling you hers.
So I have this. I have a sleep pillow for the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Did you invent that, or?
One of my clients invented it. I almost had it, yeah.
Yeah.
You just use the eye mask that straps you to the headrest so you can't move, and that's a great way to sleep on a plane because you don't bob and do the whole... But I have neck issues, so I can't.
I should have brought that as a prop as well, too. But
you got to start inventing these things. Apparently, you're sending home people to go home and buy their stuff from other people. So you got to start making them, selling them when you're at your business. Tell us about your business. Where did you work and do physical therapy?
So I learned I could fix people 100 times in a clinic. If they go home and keep doing what they're doing, they'll never get better. So I go to my clients' houses or offices to fix problems in the root. But these days, I'm going into companies and I'm optimizing their workforce, because if someone's in pain, they're going to be mean, irritable, and evil. And they're going to be like more likely to tick, right? So if like you ask me a question that you already asked me last week and I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I'm going to be more likely to give you like a rude answer and stuff. And that's going to create some tension throughout the office. So going into companies, doing speeches and stuff, people wake up the next day and their sleep score improves by 30%. So I work here, San Francisco. In San Francisco, I work for one of them exclusive accelerator incubator programs. It's called HF0. And I get 50 new people every 3 months, and I live with them for a week. So that's kind of where I learned to start observing everything and realizing that pain isn't random.
Now, do you look at the fact that people ingest chemicals and eat plastic and that kind of stuff in their daily routine as well, or do you just pay attention to the movements in the body?
So we're looking, like, there's realistic versus not realistic, right? So if you're sleeping wrong, that stuff is like way too hard to change. Once we get the foundation together, then we can start moving towards other things. If you're mouth breathing at night, you have zero time to hear that you should not be eating this or not be eating that. You're hanging on by a thread, and you guys know like willpower is a muscle, right? So if I'm waking up and my brain was deprived of oxygen all night, I have zero energy to care that I'm drinking out a water bottle or a chemical or this. And I think in a lot of the senses, we're studying the wrong things when people get diagnosed with things. We're studying like the genes, like for scoliosis, let's say. Everyone wants to know what gene's causing it, this, that. But all my clients with scoliosis, their curve matches their exact lean, right? So if they're this type of leaner, their spine matches that.
Nobody has a scoliosis going the opposite direction.
No, and we're studying the genes that are causing it instead of the habits. So I think that we should rework the entire system. And if you have, let's say, cancer, we should see what job did you have? Where do you live? Like how close, let's say, to a golf course did you live? And did you drink tap water? Did you drink bottled water? Like just starting to like narrow down things. If I have a client with cancer or like something, I'll go and I'll be like, can I take a picture of your fridge and your like cabinet? They're like, sure. And just to like kind of collect data and see if we can find any correlations.
It didn't come from nowhere. It had to come from something.
Yeah.
So,
And I think genetics load the gun, but we're pulling the triggers.
And we do that every day in everything that we do.
Yeah.
Boy, do we ever. Well, that's way more effective to have somebody who comes to you and actually looks at what you're doing lifestyle-wise and then makes adjustments accordingly. And so does she come stay with you at your house?
We're getting there. Because, I mean, between me and my wife, we're trying to do everything that, you know, Dr. Ariana, Dr. Lane, Dr. Holsey, you know, all these people that have come into our lives, they're actually part of resiliency, because the physical is very, very important. The pain is very important. And if you don't have the physical portion of it, then the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual just kind of fall by the wayside. So
100%. You know, that's why they actually everyone thinks of yoga as being a physical practice of stretching, but actually yoga, the stretching portion of yoga only serves one purpose in actual yoga, and that is to prepare the body to be at ease when it meditates, so you're not distracted by discomfort. But that's the only reason the asana portion exists. It's not something that's not the whole yoga. That's just something that Americans grabbed and made into a yoga thing. But it's really about, like you just said, I mean, once you don't have pain sharply shooting in your back, you can sit still and relax, and you can breathe. And not in that.
I know a lot of people, you know, peptides, I know everything. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to get BP 157 or whatever. And ever since I met Dr. Ariana, I feel the things that I'm implementing in my life has definitely changed the way I feel, because I don't have pain anymore.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
And it is definitely a contributing factor to resiliency. I mean, you become resilient by overcoming things and by working, but you also got to learn. And you got to understand, and there has to be a process to that too. I mean, so until somebody takes the time to actually go, all right, you're sleeping all wrong. We need to adjust this pillow. We need to, you know, like you said, if you're waking up without oxygen, and you're not really concerned about any of the other stuff that people have to say. No. So it's only when you start self-reflecting and really looking at yourself and like, how can I make it a little better, a little better, a little better, a little better?
Yeah.
You know, 1% better each day.
That's right. Just keep improving, right? So tell us about these books. I'd love to hear more about those.
Yeah. So I wrote this book, Pain Proof: How Habits Heal. So it's my gift to the world, because there's a billion people living in preventable pain, and it's preventable.
A million or a billion?
A billion. A billion plus. But I'll give maybe some people credit that it's not preventable for all the people that are going to be like, oh, mine can't be fixed. But those are the people that I fix every day. But so it just goes into all the things that I've seen causing pain over and over. So it's kind of fun. You just flip it to any page and you read the 2-page story. Like, how many of you get out of the car without turning your body first? That's the page I flip to. So a lot of like people are like just putting one leg out and stepping out, and that doesn't matter. But if your hip's irritated, or if your grandma with the arthritis, which everyone has arthritis, it's not causing your pain, then you just need to like turn your body and then step out of the car. You can't just like do this whole weird thing to get out of the car. So it goes into all these, like, for example, where your toilet paper is placed. If your toilet paper is behind the toilet, every time you grab it, you're impinging your own hip. So it's these micro tilts, micro habits, and it's awareness. Like you said, awareness changes everything. Once you're aware of it, you're like, okay, this is why I feel this way. And pain is like working out. When you work out, you're not sore today, you're sore 1 to 3 days later. Same with pain. It's not what you did today, it's what you did 1 to 3 days ago. So if it rains on the weekend in Florida, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, my schedule's stacked because guess what everyone did?
Yep.
Lay in bed, relax in bed, or relax on the couch. And couches are
The worst
number
thing you
4.
can do,
Couches
yeah.
are killer.
Yeah.
And then this is the kids' book. To make it, it's like basically the abridged version. So it's like, it's just the 4 main things: sleep, how to sleep, work, relax, get around in a way that's easily digestible and can be in like schools and stuff. So I've done a few schools.
I would think that would probably be the focus we should get towards is teaching the kids more about this stuff than, waiting until we're already damaged and hurt and already in the pain state that we're in. Because it's, as you know, I'm sure you deal with a lot of people in pain. They're very difficult to talk to when they're hurting.
Yeah.
Like it's not people are not receptive
Yeah.
when you're in pain. And I've been in pain since I was a child, but especially since my TBI and my neck injuries and things like that. And now it's just a matter of how much less pain can I get to, And so every day I strive to have a little less pain, a little less pain, a little less. But I mean, I don't know that there's ever going to be a day where I'll be out of pain. Maybe. I mean, I'm certainly working for that, and I'm hoping to.
We'll do a session.
We got
Yeah.
Dr. Ariana. man.
Could be here now. I may have to change that whole story. So
Yeah.
It's what you tell yourself. Is that story that
It's
you
all
tell
about
yourself?
It's true. 100%.
That was one of the coolest things I learned from like doing some of these development courses is like whatever happened, and then there's a story you tell yourself. And a lot of people have these stories like, yes, I'm sure things happened, and you have like a crazy history, but it's that now that you have these problems or these surgeries or these injuries, everything you're doing matters that much more. So like you can't get away with this 6 hours or 2 hours on this laptop like this, right? So like you'll feel it in 2 to 3 days.
Right.
So it's kind of becoming aware to that I feel this way because I did this. And once people stop thinking their pain is random or it's from their accident 5 years ago, it becomes way more easy to tolerate. But dry needling is something I do a lot, and it can fix like anything. It's better than a cortisone injection. Same needle as acupuncture, different concept. And you go into the muscle to affect the muscle. You cause it to contract and relax, and it releases. The reason that it doesn't work, the only reason I've found, is because you go home and keep doing what you're doing. So if you haven't tried dry needling, I think like it's crazy that a lot of doctors don't recommend physical therapy, because I think if you have insurance, you should be in physical therapy every year. And you should be trying dry needling. And that's what we do as most doctors of physical therapy do, dry needling.
That's amazing.
I haven't done that yet.
No, you haven't done
I have not done that yet.
Wow, what the heck,
Just
man?
put me right into.
You're a slacker. We got to get you on that one. So
Yeah,
we can
I know.
hear about
Listen,
that.
I'm just. I like to try everything.
Protege, I know. You're usually the head guy that's out front, so we'll wait till you get back from dry needling to see how it goes.
I'm like, one of them guys that just more input. And
Yeah.
that's- I just love having these people around me in my sphere of influence, because it's so important to learn about all this stuff, because I know in the mental portion of it, and that's a big portion of it, but being able to have somebody fix the physical portion of it, and I'm truly grateful for that.
Well, and there's so much information, and there's so many bad habits, and there's so many different cultures and ways to do things, and certainly inflammation is the biggest problem, right? I mean, across the board, that's what causes all the pain that everybody suffers from, and it's just a matter of ridding yourself of that somehow, getting rid of all the inflammation. But I mean, is that a pie in the sky dream, or is that a reality that you can get to?
I think you can get to pain-free. I have people, like even today, I was golfing this morning at a networking event, and someone stood up and said, it's been a year since my first session with Ariana. Prior to that, I lived in pain every day. Since that, I haven't had pain at all. And
I can attribute that.
And it's very reasonable. We're just attacking the wrong things, and we're overwhelming the wrong things. So you're focused on like inflammation, but why are you inflamed? People are focused on muscle imbalances, or they're like, oh, my psoas is tight, but why is it tight? It's because of how you're sitting. It's because of how you're positioning your body.
Right.
It's because like girls, they sit on one leg for hours a day, and they wonder why it hurts. Or like, well, yeah, and heels are unrealistic though. Like that's something that girls like to wear, so we can't call out that.
Okay.
But a lot of people jump.
Forgive me.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Back
just.
off that subject.
I mean, I hardly even mention like sitting on a leg or anything too, because that's a little like that's like number 20 on my list.
People
And then there's
still
like,
sit on a leg, really?
oh yeah,
Is that
all
like
day.
an adult thing?
Yeah, and they wonder why they have varicose veins, and their varicose veins match the exact like cross of their legs.
Really?
It's pretty, but it's typically you'll see more varicose veins after pregnancy because you have more elasticity, like your body changes completely.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much where you're crossing, and it's these little things like. Do you guys know what plantar fasciitis is?
Oh yeah, I had it for.
Been there, done
So
that.
the main things that are causing plantar fasciitis are stomach sleeping, because you're putting your foot in extension all night long. So obviously that's going to cause a problem when you wake up because your calf's passively shortening, or they're side sleeping or any type of sleeping with their toes pointed. And the third main thing is going to be that they tuck in their sheets.
Really?
So yeah, so if you tuck in your sheets, the kids that walk, like a lot of the kids that I've treated that walk with their in-toeing like this,
their sheets were tucked in?
it's because their parents tuck in the sheet. So all night their hip is growing like this.
Wow.
And parents are out there taking their kid. The doctor's like, for scoliosis, the doctor's like, oh, your kid's doing gymnastics. They need to get out of gymnastics. Gymnastics isn't good. And guess what the kid does? The kid goes home and gets sad and does the phone. And you would not believe how these kids are FaceTiming. They're like,
Hell, I know. It's an unbelievable.
or they're actually doing Snapchats or what they're doing videos constantly. Now you had me buy one of these things that go around my neck and my phone goes here, so I don't even have to hold my phone.
Yeah. Is that for laying down? You get one?
I use it for laying down.
Yeah, so I'm in bed at
chilling?
nighttime and I have my phone right here, and the only thing I got to do is touch it. It's Amazon. It was like
you can buy anything, right? So, what about flat feet? What's the way to fix
so
that?
that's just the blame, right? We're blaming the flat feet. I think that shoes are $150, right? Like somewhere from $80 to $150. But this insole in them is like 10 cents.
Yeah. I mean,
so everyone needs insoles, and you don't need custom insoles. You need a $20 to $60 pair of insoles, like a Dr. Scholl's insole, because every shoe is just like expecting your foot to do something. We need a little help. Like our body does need help, and that's why these therapies work, like cupping, kinesiotaping, dry needling, exercising. We do need massage. We do need assistance, but then we just need to make our body kind of work as well and give our body the tools it takes to succeed.
We got to talk to our production manager because he doesn't tie his shoes. Talk to us a little bit more about tying his shoes.
So I mentioned earlier my mom would always be upset when we didn't tie our shoes, and it was because of picking up this bacteria, driving somewhere, and then tying your shoe and touching your face. But what I found is that most people with ankle sprains that don't get better, or a lot of lower body pain, they're wearing shoes that don't tie, or they're not tying their shoes. So every step you take, if you're able to slide your foot into the shoe, is causing your body to work that much harder, because now you're carrying a whole shoe or a flip flop or things like that. So the new On Clouds, the bungee cord laces, are destroying us. I've saved a few people from ankle surgeries because they
What is it? A bungee cord?
The On Clouds have bungee laces. I don't know if you know.
Never seen it. I don't know what that
I've seen them.
is. It like the?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a stretchy lace.
Stretchy lace that doesn't tie.
Okay.
So it's just like a knot at the end, and it pokes out.
Oh, maybe like these. I guess I have them in my Hey Dudes.
Yeah. Oh, the Hey Dudes. Hey, and he wonders why he has pain still.
Yeah, probably my Hey Dudes are causing it.
She could probably change
The
two
pain
things
has
on
been
you.
in my life longer than Hey Dudes existed.
But as we age, So that whole trend is crazy because it's
What are they
every
called?
step you
The
take.
bungee cord shoes?
The On Clouds are the fastest growing
Clouds?
shoe company. So I actually normally I would wear those ones, but I didn't wear those today. I was on good behavior today.
You wore the actual shoes.
Yeah, I wore
with
the actual
soles
ones
in
with the
them,
laces.
Actually have actual stuff to them.
Are you the one with flat feet?
No, no.
Okay.
I actually have great feet. I walk and I spend a lot of time on the ground in the dirt and in the grass because I know that we actually charge and discharge from the earth. And there's a lot of healing modalities to that too. So my feet are fine as far as that goes. I have children who have flat feet, but I think it's obviously not hereditary because mine are great. It's just a matter of lifestyle, or I think it really comes down to athleticism and how much you actually engage properly, move your body properly, squat properly, that kind of thing, because they didn't and they're not doing that all the time. And because of that, their feet have become that way. So trying to help them with, the soles, what do they call them?
Insoles?
Yeah, inserts. Works, but only to an extent. You know what I mean? You still have to practice knees out, pressing down, push up properly to get the feet to grab, So as somebody who balances on my hands, and I'm a big guy, I understand the value of surface area and pressure and how to get things to connect. So I get it, they don't. And it's a tough one because you can't really make people want to be more efficient in their movements. But when you, like you said, once you have pain, once you've been injured, all of a sudden now you really want to move efficiently. Gravity becomes a real pain in the butt, and you really like to get through it a lot easier. So I'm not a small person, so I have to learn to be as streamlined as possible and make sure every connection happens with thought, with intention, I guess. And so that way I move through life as gracefully as I can.
Yeah. In your Hey Dudes.
My Hey Dudes, which I guess I'm messing it up right from the go. But to be fair, I don't wear them every day.
That one, Kris.
I actually got these new Hey Dudes that are really cool for the podcast, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
Barefoot's the way to be.
I mean, there's so much connectivity between what you're doing and the body and resiliency. So, kind of give us an example. Give us one actionable step that we can do every day, to be able to change just the pain points in our lives.
I would say, everything reverts back to sleep. If you're sleeping wrong, nothing else matters.
I agree.
It's building you up or tearing you down. So that would be my number one. And then number two would probably be, the easiest thing would be, you asked about adjustable beds earlier, and adjustable desks, now they're only $70. So you want to think of your spine like a tree, kind of like we talked about it earlier. If you hit the same part of the tree over and over again, the cut's going to get deeper, the tree will eventually fall. If you hit the tree a little higher, a little lower, the tree has time to recover. So what that means is everything in life that moves needs to move. For example, when's the last time you guys moved a car seat?
With my car seat?
Yeah.
Like the actual seat that I drive with? Oh, mine I move all the time, probably.
Okay, yeah.
But that's because I have pain, and therefore I adjust it to constantly never be in the same position and never have myself. But it's still probably the number one thing that causes me more discomfort than anything. And I have a back pillow and a neck pillow. If there's something they make for driving, I have it. But I still can't get it to be just, it's never.
What do you suggest, though?
Yeah, what do you think?
Every 20 minutes, you move it up a few degrees, back a few degrees, higher, lower, and you set your rear view mirror when you're sitting up tall. But that applies across the span of everything, right? So if you have an adjustable desk, I don't care if you ever sit or stand, it's that every 20 minutes, you move it up a few degrees or down a few degrees. I think 90 degrees for the elbows is wrong. Eye level is wrong. It's your best posture is your next posture. So it's mindfulness, like an adjustable bed, constantly moving that. And do you ever sit on a couch at all? No. Okay, good.
Never.
How about laying on a couch?
Oh,
I don't know. It's probably been years since I've sat on a couch at all. I don't even think I've sat on your couch, Mike.
Yeah, couches are killer. The future is rocking chairs.
It's terrible.
Okay, rocking chairs.
I have a zero gravity chair.
Oh, no, because so the problem with the zero gravity chair is just face the concept that I just said. The zero gravity chair puts you in one position for more than 10 minutes at a time.
But it has 9 million other ones you can put it in too. So I'm one of those people that never sits in the same position ever.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that at all as a way of living. I can't believe that people actually sit and do the same thing.
I look at myself, I was a police officer for 25 years and probably road patrol. I get in a car where you have the screen, so I can only go back so far, and then you have all this gear on. You have
that's true.
You have the belt on. For years, I couldn't lose weight. I couldn't do and I was constantly in pain. And I was just working through that pain. If there's one thing that you can tell anybody that's driving a long distance, I know we just talked about it, but if you can't move that seat, is there a position that you can get in or kind of move around a little bit? How about even getting out of the car every so often?
Yeah. So a big thing that people do is they drive with one arm and they put their other arm on the center console. So they're like this or they're like this. So just trying to keep both arms here, or I like to give people a hair tie or a bracelet and stuff, and you just play with it like this to replace bad habits. So while you're driving, you can kind of play with it like this, making sure that your phone, if you're looking at it, that it's not here. I mean, now I had a guy who had a Tesla and he thought the Tesla was the problem, he was going to get rid of it. He tried every seat adapter. Those seats are horrible just in general.
Oh yeah.
But we realized that it wasn't the Tesla causing the problem. It was how he was driving the Tesla. So he would drive kind of like this, and the center consoles are getting sleeker and sleeker, so people are leaning more and more. And you see all the Uber drivers. And this brings back to number one. The number one worst thing people are doing.
Get to number one now.
Here it goes. Drum roll.
I don't know if I want to know this after everything I've already been put through. So.
Do you guys have anything in your back pocket?
Nope.
Oh.
Nothing.
Not now, but a wallet.
So the number one worst thing you can do is sit on anything in your butt pocket.
Yep.
Wallet, phone, keys, even Zen packs. You can't just say wallets because people are sitting on Zen packs or your other leg.
What's a Zen pack?
It's the
nicotine.
Nicotine.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So people are like, I don't sit on my wallet. And I'm like, well, there's this circle thing in your butt pocket and you're sitting on it.
No, yes,
But people are working all day sitting on their wallets. They're sitting on even a handkerchief. And you have all these muscles between your spine that can shorten or lengthen. When you put something that close to your spine, the only thing that can shift is your spine. And I can't fix that, and neither can a surgeon. And if you look around, anywhere outside, like especially like on Los Osos or downtown, you see people limping and you look at their butt pockets. You're not just checking out their butts, but they typically have something in their butt pocket. And I'll like go up to people and I'm like, hey,
she
you have
will.
pain?
I've seen it.
Yeah. She doesn't strike me as the shy type that's not going to say something.
And I'll say,
But
yeah,
hey,
I
you're
just had
trying
my
to help them
second.
not hurt, you know? So it's kind of like, it would be one thing if you were walking up handing them a business card, like, I can fix you. But I can take
Yeah, no, I don't try and close those deals. I'm just like, please, for your own good.
That's
like when I
right.
see people in pain, I'm just like, I can help them.
You know,
That's why I wrote
this
these.
is one person I love to share the stage with. This woman, she is just a wealth of knowledge. She's unbelievable.
Yes, I've heard
She's
so much
incredible.
about her, and now I understand why. So thank you for that. Now tell me what it does emotionally for people to move correctly and have more movement in their life. Does it create a healthier emotional balance, do you feel like? I mean, obviously there's a lot of, the jury's out with opinion, but.
Yeah, so I mean, looking down, what they say is looking down, you're gonna have way more negative thoughts than looking up. You're also like occluding blood flow. So you need to get your body properly aligned. And like pain is gonna make you mean, irritable, and evil. And a lot of relationships go down because and exhaustion, right? So if I mouth breathe at night and then you wanna talk to me about something that I don't wanna talk about or like that like pushes my button, I'm gonna be way less inclined to listen. And be like, I've already had it today, like not today. Or
just mouth breathing at night, right? I mean, it's important to say we should be breathing through our nose all the time.
Yeah, I'm a big mouth breather all day and night
really?
if I don't mouth tape. But
Well, I think I've had my mouth guard right now for probably about almost 2 months, month and a half, 2 months, and I can see the difference when I wear it and I fall asleep without it.
It reshapes your jaw.
Yeah.
Over time, you literally will reshape your jawline.
Well,
Yeah.
it basically puts your mouth. It shuts your mouth.
Do you have
Yeah.
one with you? Is this something that you use?
Well, we're
Is it
going to
carrying
on
on?
another episode. We're going to have
yeah.
We'll have to demonstrate
when
that.
I go into companies or like I do speeches, the next day people text me that their sleep score went up like 30%, and their REM, so REM, their REM will go up like 33%. Someone from my last one, theirs went up like 20% overnight. So it's like immediate changes.
Oh, yeah.
And immediate rewards.
I was just reading an article about that, and it says you slip into REM much faster, stay in it much longer by breathing through your nose, but you got to tape your mouth shut to be able to get there because most people can't train themselves to breathe through their nose.
I couldn't.
No, I mean, it takes a lot of work. I mean, as somebody who does meditation and breath work for my life, for the 25 years I've been alive, it took me 10 to get to a point where I could breathe through my nose at all. Then I realized I had to have nose surgery to get it to clear it out because it was just not working properly from years of fighting and all the other stuff. So that's the other thing is that I was like, man, that did a lot of damage to my body. So now I'm trying to fix everything. Patch it up quick, right? Band-Aids and everything else.
Next time you guys talk to him on here, he's going to be so much better after we talk. After we go over that. I have a question for you guys. This is like kind of interesting one. Do you guys happen to wake up at night ever to use the restroom, like to pee?
Oh, yeah.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question, do you pee in the shower? Be careful, you're answering live. I'll put you guys on the spot.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
and no, I don't think so.
do.
I don't think I've done that.
I mean,
So-
if it happens to be the closest place to me, yeah, sure.
Okay, so a lot of the people that are waking up to pee at night, or like the guys that you see that have to pee outside, or people with like pelvic floor problems, or like prostate things, and that they just all attribute it to like whatever, but it's typically because they're peeing in the shower. So whenever you pee in the shower, and this applies to a lot of things in life, when you pee in the shower, you're dissociating the need to plan to pee. So you're not having to be like, okay, I'm going to see a bathroom. I'm going to go to the bathroom, walk in the door, stand in front of a toilet, and then pee. So it kind of dysregulates. But that can apply to a lot of other things in life that we're like, we're creatures of habit. So you want to keep like, you brush your teeth in the bathroom. You don't brush them in the kitchen sink.
With the left hand.
So when you walk, yeah. So there's just like, that's just a super interesting one because it's very often overlooked.
Yeah, that's
And it's an easy fix because if people, like I've had clients that say they wake up 3 times in the night to pee. And I'm like, oh, do you pee in the shower? They're like, yeah, how'd you guess? And I'm like,
Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And my friends hate it if I see like a guy peeing in public or like somewhere. I'm like, hey, do you pee in the shower? And they're always like, yeah. And my friend's like, don't ask them that. And I'm like, but I
I'm
can
not
get
afraid to ask. I can tell you that.
I'm going to certainly be the anomaly with a lot of things because I certainly am different in a lot of different ways. But I know why. If I do have to pee, it's because I intentionally made myself drink a lot more water before I went to bed. Yeah. But I don't think I do pee in the shower. Not subconsciously. Now that I'm like subconsciously trying to think about it, I'm like, no, I don't think I do. But I don't know.
The first answer was if I have to pee when I'm in the shower.
Yeah, right?
That was your first answer.
If I have to pee in the shower while I'm in the shower, then yeah, I would.
Yeah.
But I mean, I usually consciously, I guess, do make it a thing to go to the bathroom. And so that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of brain rewiring and awareness.
Awareness.
Awareness changes everything.
This is all about being self-aware, catching yourself.
Yeah.
Then you can manage, so you can improve.
Yeah.
Well, tell us how people can get a hold of you.
Yeah,
tell us
absolutely,
how we can get more
Dr. Ariana.
information for you and all that kind of stuff. Because
Awesome.
certainly you got a lot of knowledge and people need it.
Yes.
Awesome. So my Instagram and TikTok and all my socials are at Slight Motion PT. And the slogan is a little goes a long way. And I'm Dr. Ariana Fontenot, PT. And you can go to slightmotionpt.com or humanoslab.ai.
And we're going to try to get all that right on the podcast too, so that people can get a hold of you anyway. And we're just so grateful for you. I know personally grateful for you, grateful for first your friendship. I think that's the most important thing, and changing people's lives.
Yeah.
Because that makes a big difference.
Yes, we're going to change the world together.
We say that all the time. We're getting together, and we're doing some social now. We're going to be doing some social together.
I just want to know if I pee in the shower. That's all. I'm going to be sitting in the shower like, do I? No, I'm not.
There's a lot of people out there that are going to be like, uh-oh, that's
people
me.
are going to start thinking about it like, oh,
Or they're going to be like, right now I'm holding my phone watching this like this.
Yeah, exactly. They're sitting on a couch.
Yeah, don't sit on a couch, guys.
All right, this is great. This was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I love what you guys are doing. You know, it's just incredible. And I look forward to taking away all his pain and helping him see that he doesn't have to live in it. But I mean, he'll be a good test, you know?
Yeah, always. I mean,
I haven't met
always
someone I can't fix, so you might be my first.
Yeah,
if anything.
well, you never know. But I mean, it can certainly be a challenging case. But I'm all about you proving me wrong. So please do.
Yeah.
Excellent. Remember, life gives you the moment, but your response writes the story. Catch it, pause, reframe. This is Voices of Resiliency.